What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Some big updates coming from the development team at Lunar Classic. We're going to take a look at exactly what Edward King has been talking about and why it is important to us as investors to understand exactly what is going on. Also, some big updates from CoinMarketCap in this incredibly troubled time, specifically for Terra Lunar Classic. So if that's the sort of thing you like, be sure to like this video, leave a thumbs up. Also, keep up to date with everything going on in crypto right now by subscribing to the channel. Turn that notification bell on so you know exactly when we either go live, 4 p.m. Eastern every night, or upload our latest video. Now, with that being said, let's dive into the market right now. So currently sitting $824 billion, pretty much on the nose, down another 0.86. It does not seem to be reprising in terms of this decline. 16.3 on Bitcoin, 12.17 Ethereum, with a number of tokens very much down. The only one bouncing back is XRP. Now, we know obviously they're in the law case with the SEC, so we'll see how that pans out. But overall, the market looking pretty rough once again. Now, taking a look at Terra Lunar Classic, we have seen a big move down in price, and the reason for this is because we have an update to the circulating supply. You can see now our circulating supply on Terra Lunar Classic is currently 6,012,438. Hence why we have now moved to rank 41. So if you were panicking and thinking what is going on, that is why our circulating supply is reduced, but our price has stayed low at the same time as well. Now, what will this create? It's definitely going to create some selling. We can already see here volume up 43% at 168.245 million. So market cap 1 billion just over. So when this supply comes down, obviously, then when the price does not move in the other direction, our market cap, amongst other things, does go down. But ultimately, it's a positive thing in the sense that we are reducing our supply. Sooner or later, we're going to be in the 5 trillions, and I don't make any light of that. That wasn't, as some people might say, a joke. I think it's important that we are bringing the supply down, albeit right now it is slower than I think most of us would have hoped. Taking a look at the price action, we see this big sell-off in the course of the early hours of this morning, all the way down, actually bottoming out at 15.7. But here's the thing, we did see some big money coming back in. And we've always got to be mindful of this. We'll see this all the way through this continuation of the bear market, but moving back up and sitting roughly around that 16.9 opportunity right now, just 0.7% down, like I said, with the market generally trading downwards. Now, what are we here to talk about? Well, Edward King, we know one of the developers, has kind of come out, give his views on exactly where Lunar Classic is. And I always think it's important to get a viewpoint from the people at the top, the people running our project. And it says, it's unbelievable seeing the broader community getting hit hard by the FTX situation. My thoughts and prayers go out to the victims of this latest tragedy. For the LUNC community, there have been some questions about a multi-sig and funding in general. And here is what I know. So I think the big thing here is this multi-sig $4.16 million that came from TFL, and what is going to happen with it. Now, we know we passed governance to ensure that the community votes on any assets and how they are then distributed, which again, some people think is a good thing. Some people, like me, think it just makes things a bit slower in terms of how we get projects, decentralized applications onto our blockchain. So he goes on to continue and says, Vegas proposed a new plan to claim the assets and send to the community pool with guidance on how to spend. We discussed the approach together early on, and it was clear that legal counsel was necessary. So again, the fact that it's such a high amount of money, the fact that it would go into the community wallet, the fact that, you know, what would happen to those funds did open up some legal issues. And I think, you know, right now we're still very much in the early stages of this team. So thirdly, it says independently, several community members moved forward seeking legal advice on how to minimize risk with respect to these funds. After some discussion, Alex is suggesting that the funds be obtained and burned in this way. And this is a full article here by Alex. Now, for me, I just don't get this proposal. I'm not sure even if we did burn the entire 4.16 million, it makes a big difference. We know Binance has burnt over $4 million, and it hasn't done the most amount, both in terms of price and in terms of positive sentiment following a classic. Now, yes, you're absolutely right. The overall market situation isn't great, but I don't think a big 4.16 million burn would do anything, as much as, yes, it would remove some of the supply. And yes, you know, at the current price of 16.19, it would be a significant number of tokens and coins. Just doesn't feel like the right thing. I'm not really going to go through all of this, to be honest, this proposal, but it, you know, I'm on board with that full burn. I don't think it's the right thing to do. He also talks about currently working on finding trustworthy multi-sig nominees that will be willing to sign, put forth another proposal, which I actually really like. I think some of the big names in the space, equally some incredibly trustworthy people that have been here from the start, would be, for me, people that should be on that multi-sig wallet, and as many as we think as a community it's the right thing. I think 9 was the original proposal, which means you would need 5 people to sign off any movement out out of that fund. So I do think that's important. Edward Kim personally has been working on newly set up grants program to help the community move forward, which again I think is another great thing. From informal polling, the majority believe that the first batch of grants from the community pool should go to devs, projects, validators, and community members. And I do agree to a certain extent with that. I think it's important that if we have developers working for us, they should get paid. If we have projects that have been with us from the start, then we absolutely want to just say thank you to them. Validators is probably the only one I disagree with, because validators are obviously getting their rewards from the blockchain. If they are helping to burn, then maybe. But community members, again, who's done some great work. I can think of a couple of people. Happy Catty is a brilliant person in the space and done tons, who may be worthwhile doing something like that. He'd probably burn it anyway. The 6-point review the blockchain to where it's now. The priority reward to those volunteered ran their operations at a loss. So again, making sure that anyone that has kind of supported us, that hasn't benefited financially, or not even benefited, just got enough, should be rewarded. It says Marco's been put together a signaling proposal discussion towards the effort. This is acceptable to the broader community. We will move forward with collecting application materials, reviewing contributions, impact, and presenting the results for discussion. It said the 8th and final governance spend proposal. Concurrently, the grants program is putting together another call for a proposal to build independence and attract new utility. Again, full article here. Again, worthwhile going and having a look at it, but it's really interesting. We also have a flyer, the Terra Grants Foundation, so you can kind of see how that breaks down, which I think is important. And equally, if you are looking to build on this blockchain, it's always good to see and shows real growth and ambition with our blockchain. And then finally, he says, I've been working with Zaradar and BG on the new code created by Glad Klein. I feel much more peace here, building and focusing on the tech. I think I'm going to do that more. So exciting in terms of tech, exciting in terms of what's coming down. So a real update in terms of Edward Kim, what he's kind of saying. Like I said, ultimately, price still down. The whole market, like I said, still taking a real hit from that FTX debacle. We obviously have Crow. It's a risk. They seem to have squashed that. But circulating supply going in the right direction. I, for one, still holding my Terra Luna, making sure I'm getting them staking rewards. So still lots to come. And you can see here, just by the update from Edward Kim, lots coming out from the Terra Rebels. That's going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. What are you most excited for hearing all that coming in the future? As ever, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.